Greet, Greetings, good evening, and good afternoon to all the participants that are joining in for our Virtuoso Mastery Enablement series. Today's, as part of the ongoing series, today's session is going to be on best practices. My name is Asha. I'm going to be host for today's webinar. I welcome you all once again for the webinar. Let's give a couple of minutes for all of us to join, and we'll just start sharply at 5:03. So our Indian time 5:03. So let's just wait for 3 more minutes. And in the meantime, please settle down. Thank you. We do see participants joining in slowly, so let's all wait for them to join for another 2 more minutes, and then we are going to start. Thank you all for joining. All right, let's get started. Greetings, everyone. Once again, I welcome you all to Virtuoso Mastery webinar. As part of our technical enablement series, today we are going ahead with best practices as a session. The presenter for today is Venkata Sai Kumar. He is our associate CXT consultant. He comes up with a very vast knowledge of Virtuoso and automating various technologies using Virtuoso QA. I request you all to stay until the end and participate the quiz and to win exciting prizes. One being Amazon gift card. I also welcome you all to ask questions and keep the interactive sessions. Now let's quickly go ahead with a couple of housekeeping tips throughout the webinar in order to enrich the experience and to have an effective webinar throughout. So as you can see, your mic and video would be muted, and then video will be disabled throughout the session. So you'll not be able to raise your hand and ask questions. However, there is a chat section that encourages you to talk to each other and have talk to each other in the community. And if you have any questions for us as part of the series, you can ask the questions in Q&A section. At the end of the session, we will have the poll launch, which is the part of quiz. And I request you all to take the quiz. And then once it is completed, you'll get the results and the winners will be awarded accordingly. Um, now, let's discuss on the agenda for today. So I'll be giving a quick recap and then I'll be handing it over to our presenter, Venkatasai. And post that, he will be taking you all through the journey of best practices that is recommended and advised as part of our virtue. So, and we have couple of use cases that we have picked up, and also the kind of scenarios uh, Sai has come up with a lot of beautiful presentations for you all to go through it as part of best practices. This has categorized into general best practices, the practices that we would recommend irrespective of the technologies, irrespective of the process that you're going through. And also we have test authoring and test maintenance best practices that goes hand in hand, while you're authoring any of the test steps or any of the checkpoints, what are the best practices that you would have to follow, and while you are maintaining the already created artifacts, be it checkpoints, journeys, or goals, what are the best practices to follow. And we also have test execution and user management combined together. There are a couple of things which we are recommending to you all to follow as part of our test execution and user management processes. Now, let me just give a quick recap of our virtue. So, for those of you who are joining for the first, this is the small introduction that I'm going to do. And for those who are already there, I think you can relate and recap from the sessions that we have already have enabled, right? So, Virtuoso is our low-code test automation platform. We empower test automation. We enable test automation with using low code, meaning you wouldn't need any sort of predefined or prerequisite as a code skill set needed. All you have to do is you need to have a test automation process, and then any of the testing process known and then learned, right? We also have self healing capability, which we don't have to define any of the rules and then the process. We don't need to write any of the logic to it, but as I already mentioned, the virtue. So we are, as a company itself, we are giving you all the test self healing, which kind of identifies the change in the element, and it heals to an extent, and then it gives you the change report saying, hey, this much is change, and this is the change to an exact t. As we all proudly say, we are AI powered test automation software. We have AI ML combinations which allow us to just use the JavaScript as a part of our coding, and then create extensions, or as part of our daily steps or the daily commands we can use JavaScript expressions, inline expressions, that is what we call it. And then we actually let the bot, we with using natural languages, we tell the bot, hey, enter this in this element. It's using the natural language command, we are letting our AI to perform test automation. We also enable end-to-end testing through our AI powered API automation, and also the web automation. Where it kind of gives us, uh, enables us also to shift left, and then to test faster, and then to have the fail faster method enabled, so that we can get the robust testing enabled. And with using UI and API combination, we can come up with a robust testing process. We also have cross browser tests. We don't have to configure it externally. Using our inbuilt in-house capabilities, we can build one set of test cases, and we can test in across multiple devices. We do have a lot of database with us, which where they are testing with multiple devices, multiple OS, and multiple browsers as well. And as I already mentioned, in order to enable and empower the shift left process, what along with the API testing, we also have come up with um, capabilities that enables us to kind of write our requirements first and take the requirements in any format. Here, if you can see, it is in Gherkin syntax. So we will take the Gherkin syntax requirements that is written, and then we convert that into a readily made, ready to go goals. And through using that journeys, we can then easily automate our test steps, and then we can create checkpoints, and we are ready for our testing. So this is a quick recap of Virtue. So all this is covered as part of our previous sessions. As and when we go through this session, we are also going to send you guys the links where you can look at these recordings of the previous session and understand it. And also we are going to place in the chat of the useful links which you can go through it, and you can also get the certifications or and the trainings also enabled for you all. Now, without further ado, let me just hand it over to Sai, and Sai, let's begin. Thank you everyone again for joining. Stay tuned. Hello, Sai. Can you please quickly unmute and see if you can hear, if
Yeah,
I can hear you?
yeah. Thanks, Asha. I can hear you. Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Asha.
you.
Thank you so much for that quick introduction and quick recap. Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. I'm Venkat Saikuma, working as an customer transformation consultant in Virtuoso. Today, in this session, we will be talking about the best practices of Virtuoso, and I will be I will be give a walkthrough on the examples we have implemented on the real-time scenarios. So without waiting further, let me start the first topic, general best practices. Yeah, coming to our general best practices, using these general best practices, we can create our projects with a very solid foundation, and using these best practices, we can use the Virtuoso platform very effectively and very efficiently. So, coming to our first point, structuring of the goals and test collection. Structuring of the goals and test collections will create a major role in the project management, and that goals need to be created based upon your future based or on the module based. And also you should need to provide a clear naming conventions for clear understanding on a high level of a project, what your project is, what a goal refer to, and what exactly a journey is been doing and a checkpoint. And along with that, we should also follow a consistent naming consistency for the variables, because by following a standard naming consistency of variables, we will be easily access the variables which we have defined earlier in our, maybe in our environment manager, or in the test data, or in our runtime variables, or in the local variables. And if we couldn't follow the uh, standard naming conventions, for suppose if you want to access a variable called first name, I prefer, I choose to use the camel casing, but other teammate might use the other casing. So at that time, uh, since our platform was case sensitive, so here we will be unable to access the right variable, and the test authoring time get will increase. So that's the reason we recommend you to use the variable naming consistency. And going further, tags feature. Tags feature is very useful for segregating the journeys, plans, for better readability and management. Let us give us an example. If you want to define a journey status, so you can create a tag name called journey status, review in progress, and review completed. You can assign that particular tag to your appropriate journey. And also, if you think this journey comes under uh, smoke testing or regression testing and sanity testing, you can create a test back tag and you can assign it to that particular journey, so that we can easily access our journeys in while creating our test plans and while analyzing our execution results on the project dashboard. We can easily filter out using this tags feature. And also, we recommend to use dynamic weights over the static weights. Why dynamic weights need to be used? Dynamic weights will improve our test execution duration, and also gives us a stable test case results. And coming to the dedicated project and trainings, we suggest to avoid using the actual projects. Like if you're testing an actual application, never play around there for your exploration purpose or training purpose. Go and create a new project. We have the liberty to create the project and explore the features and explore the tool there, and you can implement them in the real-time scenarios, so that this way we will have the data, the project very clean, and we can easily maintain without any junk data or any unnecessary data. And let me just go through the quick demo on how we implemented this examples in real time. This is our project dashboard. Here we can create goals. Under the goals, we can create the journeys as we talk about the test cases. And here we see, as an example, we have created two journeys. One is ordering of products, and another one is search model. So here in this, basically, as we mentioned, here we have provided the clear naming convention that from a high level view, we can understand that this goal will be used for ordering a product or different products. And here we do the searching of uh, products based on the category, based on our permutations and combinations. So let me take you to the journey view. Let me just quickly refresh the screen. Let me try again. Mm, what? Yes. Now we are going to the project journey view. No, just a second, let me refresh. So let me just close my browser and okay, yes. Mm, Since there might be an network slowness issue. Yeah. Here, if you see, as we mentioned, we are providing the clear naming conventions throughout the projects. And also you can see here the variable names are consistent throughout the journey. Okay. Here, if you see here, we are generating the generate random data for filling out a checkout form. And overall, the project, we were following the standard naming conventions to access it easily. And also, we have provided the tags to understand the purpose of the status of the journey and the under which execution planner this falls under. So we have given the tags here. And if you look at the journey, we have used the dynamic weights wherever we possible. For example, if you take a uh, from one page to another page, we are navigating. So at that time, the page will load and takes time. So the execution will not wait until the wait time was completed if the element found earlier. So this way we can improve our execution duration and also we can get the best test results out of it. Wherever we are navigating to another page, we are using this dynamic weights and also you can see our project dashboard was very clean without any training projects. If you want to create a new training project or if you want to explore a new training project, go to the organization dashboard and create a new personal space for you to explore the platform and understand the usage and you can implement the usages in your actual project. Okay. I hope this gives you a best understanding on how we implemented the general best practices on real-time scenarios. Let me just quickly take back to the next our next topic, test authoring and test maintenance. Yes. Coming to test authoring, in test authoring, basically we have three main areas. One is the creation of checkpoints and yep, identifying the element and controlling the complex controls. And checkpoint. Coming to the checkpoint, we can see a sequence of text can test steps can be included in a checkpoint as per our logical breakage and our test how the test flows. And we recommend you to use minimal test steps in a checkpoint as per your logic sequence to maintain the readability of the checkpoint. And when a checkpoint is used a couple of times in a project, then you can create the checkpoint into a reusable checkpoint. Through this, you can improve your test authoring speeds and you can do the authoring as fast as you can. And also in Virtuoso, basically we identify our elements through the natural language, but in element selectors, we use the natural language to identify an element. For example, if you want to click on a login button, we say click on login button. But in some cases, if we are unable to click an element directly, so you can use some locators like ID, name, class name, values, and text. And when you have used this XPaths or any technical locators, you need to alias that element, because by seeing that huge XPath, we might not understand what action this actually performing on what element. So for that purpose, if you can give an aliasing name, then we can understand, okay, on this particular element we were performing the click action, or we were doing a write action. So we need to do the element aliasing whenever we use the technical locators or XPaths. And also coming to the complex controls, sometimes we might have seen a similar element on multiple places on a page. At that time, sometimes it becomes complex to identify that particular on the right element to perform the action. So that we recommend you to use the look for element when you can't interact a element directly. So what you just need to do, you just need to look for a nearby unique element, and then you can perform your actual action on that element. And now we will go to the test maintenance. In by in test maintenance best practices, we will get the robust test scripts out of it, and also we can increase our maintenance point of view. So here, when we say test maintenance, the major parts, the three major features we use in Virtuoso is like environment manager, data-driven testing, and summaries and comments. In environment manager is nothing but a central repository where we use the store the data which can be accessed throughout the project, and those are the common information that we need to access an application or the asset. So in environment manager, we can also create multiple environments according to your application environments. Like you can create UAT, you can create SIT, you can create dev, you can create QA environment. So there, while you are creating the environment, the information related to this environment use the same name variables with different values. So this way we can execute the journeys simply by switching between the environments from journey on the journey view and from the execution planner view as well. And also data driven testing. Data driven testing will gives you a very less maintenance in doing journey executions. Like if you want to execute a particular data set, you can set it up in a test data table and you can execute them if using a single journey multiple times. But if you have hard coded the data in your journeys, it will make you the test the journey maintenance will get increases, because manually each and every time we need to go and set the data data manually, and we need to execute. So this time it is a very big task to maintain the journey. So we can use the data driven test to execute, sorry, to execute the one journey against multiple data sets. And also once we audit the journey, we need to give the appropriate comments and appropriate summary for the journey, so that from a high level view you can understand what this journey do. For suppose if you are ordering a product, so if we have that summary, a normal user or a reviewer, or if we are giving any demonstration to our customers or clients, it will be easy for them to understand by looking at that journey summary. And also, if we include appropriate comments in your checkpoints, we can easily understand what subsequent actions are we are performing, and what is the purpose of that particular checkpoint. Let me just take you through the examples we have created. We will go to such module now. Now, if you see here, as we said, here we have been using our checkpoints according to our logic purpose, because we are dividing our test steps into a different checkpoints. The flow we are breaking it, and we are putting into the multiple checkpoints for the readability and maintenance point of view. So here this checkpoint has been used two times. We have converted this into the library checkpoint, and where this has been used. If I just take you back to the first journey, here this journey contains the original checkpoint. So since we need to use the same checkpoint in another journey, we have created the library checkpoint and we are reusing it. So this way we can increase our testing speed, test authoring speeds. And we are also providing our journey summary here. You can see our journey summary, what this exactly does this particular journey. And also according to that, in our checkpoints, we are also commenting the appropriate comments, what exactly it is doing. If you look at here we are clicking on the specific product favorite icon. So here we are looking for an product which is border not found. And later, since we have the different favorite icons here, if we say directly click on the favorite icon, it might click somewhere else. It might choose a second wrong element. So for the correct click action, here what we are doing is we have taken the text reference of the DOM structure of that particular element. Here we are creating it using the JS expression. And this way you can test different products here, because here you can see we are using the category. Category is nothing but t-shirt. And here we have defined our product name. This is the product name, border not found. And in if I just show you the JS expression we have defined here, two favorites. So the variables are getting substituted and forming our required inner text. And using this hint, we are clicking on the element. And also here you need to identify that we have given the element aliasing so that we can't see the expression. If I just remove this, and still we can see the JS expression there. So to get better understanding on this one, we are giving the element aliasing. And you have seen this element aliasing for the JS expression, not only JS expression. Here we have used different text paths to perform the action on a favorite icon. So by looking at this, if we can't understand where the click action was happening, so for that purpose, we are giving the element aliasing name. So if you just look at here, yeah, you can see the expert. So by looking at this, we can't understand where exactly the element was performing. So we can give the element aliasing for better understanding. And now going to our test maintenance point of view. Now this is the environment icon. We are going to environment, and you can see multiple environments were present for this. project. Here we have the UAT, you have the QA, and you have the TST. And each and every environment, we have the same variable names. You can see, but the different values. And also, mm, to protect our passwords due to the security reasons, we can enable the sensitivity. So once you enable the sensitivity, the owner of the project or the owner of the creator of this variable will also not be able to see the password. He can just only update the password. He can't get that. So in the similarly, we have implemented the in other environments the same variable names but different. So this way we can target to the a single journey can be targeted to different environments. Let me show you how we target a single journey on different environments. Yes, if if you were if you want to order the journey against specific environment, you can go to the live authoring settings and you can select the environment whatever you require. If you want to create the test based on upon your test environment, you can apply it and you can test. And also not only the othering part, you can also execute the journeys against the different environments. Go to target different environments, enable the button and go to this environment drop down and select whatever you repeat. By default, it will run on the default environment. But if you have any specific environment to be run, so you need to point out to that environment and you need to click on the execute. Okay. And not only here, we can also point out the execution planners from planners as well. And going to, if I go a bit back, here you can see we have completely run make these journeys test data driven journeys. If you click on this data driven icon, we can see the table. And to just show you, we have created some test data with different permutations and combinations and with different products. Here you can see the product name. Under the product name, we have given different product names and we have different colors and whatever we did our permutations and combinations here and we are testing our journey against this data test. So a single journey can be executed. If you want to execute if you want to execute more number of test sets, you can simply update your test data here and you can go to your journey and you can execute it. And when you this gives you an higher maintenance, lower maintenance when you do the data driven journey. But when you go to the journey and if you hard code the data, the maintenance become very high and every time for each and every data set you need to set up the data. You need to manually intervene and you need to update the data. So this way we consume our test authoring and test execution speeds very. And now we will go back to our next topic, test execution and test user management. Yeah. Coming to test execution and user management, that we recommend to use the test execution planners for different regression for different packs like smoke testing, regression testing. You can simply schedule and use them. But if you want to execute a bunch of journeys from different goals, you can do that from our execution planner and it gives the easy way of executing all journeys in a single go. And also we need to update, monitor, or we need to analyze our test plans according to whether the test plans have been are up to date or not. If there is any data or journey need not be there in that, we can delete it, or if required, we can update it. And also once our executions get finished, we need to analyze our test results, and according to that, we need to update our teams and share our reports. Uh, and also coming to our user management session is very important for your project, because we have the security policies, and also at least to follow that norms and all, we have the features called role-based access and role-based access, team-based access here. And also we need at least two owners for a project, because when there was an absence of, to reduce the redundancy, when there was an absence of other owner, we can access the project and we can handle the entire project or entire organization. And coming to the role-based access, we need to provide our role-based access based on our read-write access to our team members according to their activity on the project. So this way we can maintain the security without compromising any access issues. And also we suggest to give access to the team members to for a particular project who actively work on that. So this way we can maintain our workspace secure and focused without any security threats. And also we need to always monitor our test, our manage user management list, and we need to invite and retain the active user members for better user management of the project. So let me just go to you the examples we have created for this. Yeah, here we comes to execution planners. In this was the execution planner icon. From here you can go to the execution planner dashboard. We have created this a few of examples. Earlier we have talked about the tags. So here, there we have provided the tag name called smoke test. So the journey comes under the smoke test. Simply what we can do is we can go and create a new planner based on your tags. So simply I'm clicking on all journeys, or if you want any specific journey, you can also select that one. For now, I'm going with the all goals. Now click on tags, select the tag, whatever the journeys you need. So we are clicking it and click add. The all the journeys with the smoke test pack tag has been added to this planner. And now if you want to do the data driven testing, you can enable it. And if you want to schedule the planner on a daily basis or weekly basis, you can schedule it from here on hourly, daily, and weekly. And also not only scheduling, we will also get the notifications once the executions were completed. And from here, you can also target to that particular environment. So if you target to a particular environment, update it. So we are updating the plan. And now, if you want the notifications to be reached to you once the plan was complete, execution was completed, we need to go to manage notifications, enable the plan notifications. If you have any threshold conditions, you can set up the conditions. For suppose I want the execution status success, failure, and success ratio. For I will set up for 75% success ratio. And if the success ratio was lower than 25%, then I need to receive the notifications. And from here, you can provide your usernames. Here you can provide your username. For example, let me give my ID here. So we have given our my ID and let's save it. Once the execution completed, we will receive our results to our email inbox. From there, we can navigate to Virtuoso dashboard and we can analyze the test results. And once the test execution has completed, we will go to the project dashboard and we will analyze our test results. If you want to analyze the smoke test pack results, we can do the filtering as well here. Here you can see we have the all process, but sometimes we have some failure rate, and we will go to that failure journey and we will analyze why it got failed. If it is an actual bug, then we can report it from here, or if it is an other mistakes or if there is any change on the UI, this journey needs to be updated, so we can update it. If so, this way we can analyze our test results, and also we can integrate if you want to. If it is an actual bug, if you want to raise a ticket in your respect to portal like Jira or something, you can set up your Jira instance here and you can raise a direct ticket. So it will send you the direct execution link, failure of the step, and failure reasons and root cause analysis as well. Yeah. Now coming back to our user management, yeah, for an entire project, we should at least have two owners. When there is an absence of another one, we can entirely control the project. We can go to this members tab section and we can provide the access. And if you want to provide a particular access of a project to a particular team member, if let me assume that I want to share this access to one of our co-hosts, Asha or Abhijit. Yeah. For review purpose, I'm sharing this access. So for reviewing the journeys and reviewing the data, the structuring, they might sufficient for read access. If they want to order something on your project, like creating the test data, creating the data tables, creating API tests, and triggering the execution plans, so they might need the right access. But the managed access can give you the overall access. You can do anything on your project. So this way you can send. And if you want to see where the active users and inactive users, you need to go to your deliver organization dashboard, and you can see if there is any inactive users, you can revoke their access by clicking on demoting members, or you can retrieve it. For suppose if I want to take out the access of object for one of the project, I will just go to this, click a gear icon, I will click on the revoke. So he will be revoked, his access will be revoked, and he will no longer access it. Yep. Uh, that's it from my presentation. I hope you understand the examples and can be helpful in day-to-day applications. Thank you so much for joining this call, everyone. And let me quickly hand over to our co-host Ahasha. Over to you, Asha.
Thank you, Sahi. Thanks everyone. I hope that session was insightful. At least it was to me. There were a lot of technical things that Sahi presented. There were a couple of questions also flowing in, and I was super happy to answer. Our panelists were also super happy to answer. So it is a hustle mode today. Thank you, everyone. Let me just quickly see if there are any Q&As open. Please stay tuned. We also have quiz coming up where you can win a lot of prizes. So I do not have any questions that is open for Sai to answer. Yes, I do. I do see. a question that says we don't use Jira but another platform. We want a ticket triggered based on specific journey. Yeah. Sai, would you want to take this question? In the meantime, I'm gonna let you people also an instruction with an instruction that after this is answered, I'll open the poll and you guys will have 10 minutes to answer the questions based on the sessions that we have covered today. And post that, we are gonna also, I'll give you an overview of what's coming next and what are our next sessions we are going to have. Yeah, over to you, Sai.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Thank you,
question
Shobhit.
says, it's from Janelle. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. We don't use Jira, but another platform. We want a ticket triggered based on specific journey, not working by email. I reckon that not working is the failure.
Okay, yes, I understood, sir. Thank you for the question recap. Yeah, if you have any other ticketing tools, we have an option to create our new own integrations, and this can be done by our expert solution engineers and the engineering team. Based upon your requirement and the tool you have been using, we can create our own applications here for triggering. And for now, we will support the Jira, Slack, and X-ray integrations, and we have many more like this. So we can create a new application based upon your requirement, and this can ease your ticketing process as well. Yeah, I hope this answers you well. Thank you.
Thank you, Sai. Let us go back. And in the meantime, folks, our panelists have shared you the form for feedbacks. Kindly please fill it up, and it helps us to kind of improve our sessions, improve our process, and to deliver you all great webinars effectively. And with that note, I'm quickly launching the poll. Um, Sorry with that. Can you guys please confirm it is visible?
Yes, Sasha, it's visible.
Thank you. So our panelists should not answer. They can answer, but they'll not get any rewards. Just a tip, guys. So I'll end the poll at my time 5:59. That will be like 10 minutes from now. I encourage you all to take this questions. Let me see. There's a question from just one. Hey, can we get quiz? So yes. So we will be now taking in all the questions or answers, and then the top five will be rewarded, and you'll all get the notification. The winners will get the notifications from us, and we will reach out to you or from the registered ID. So, time check. You guys all have another 5 more minutes. I do see a lot of participation happening. Great job, everyone. Those who have answered, kindly please stay tuned till the end, a couple of more minutes, and I will let you guys know about the next session and then the duration so that you will also be excited for the next session. And as you can see, Jaswant, our panelist, has already shared you guys once again the feedback webinar. Kindly please fill it in. Yes, Anusha, we will made this recording public once we look at all the factors and we kind of remove the noise and all. So it'll take a couple of days, not immediately, but you'll all be notified once the recording is made public. Thank you so much. So guys, this is a time check from the poll. It is 7 minutes now. I'll give another 2 minutes for you all to complete. And post that, I will also let you guys know about the next sessions. Kindly please stay tuned. All right, so I'll be ending the poll in next 1 minute, everyone. If you are waiting for the last minute, kindly please go ahead. Okay. All right, so I'm ending the poll. Thank you everyone for participating. Just give me a second. Let me quickly go ahead to the next segment, the last segment, which will take only a minute. Sai, can you please go to next slide? Right. So here is our next webinar, Building Extensions in Virtuoso. You must have all remembered Manish Shankar had given an basic sessions on extensions. Now he's again coming up next month on 28th of November to give you all an advanced session again on extensions, but there are different topics and increased magnitude of the complexity for sure. The same process, registrations will be enabled a month before that, and we will all put up all our promotions soon. I encourage you all to join this session. Now, quickly, let's go through another session that is coming up. All the sessions per year, if you can see. Uh, Yes. So right now, if you see, we are almost at the end of our leap for this year. So we have building extensions done by Manish, and then we also have on 19th of December integration. I think there was a question on integration. So whoever is still there, please kindly join for integration with third-party applications. You'll also know how can we enable email notifications, Slack notification, and all the other stuff. So this was all about today's webinar. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope this session was interactive and insightful for all of you.